Hey, good morning, Denville. Welcome to our very first Monday morning meeting. I'm Chris Parisio, and I've made a commitment here to the folks at Denville and the surrounding areas to come out here on this very chilly Monday morning, but beautiful, on the dock here at one of the lakes in Denville. By the way, if you know which lake it is, chime in the comments. I'm curious if anyone recognizes it. So anyway, after I drop my kids off at the bus stop, I want to come out here, rain, shine, whatever type of weather, and give you a quick fill-in on, number one, what's going on in town, announcements, activities, things to do, and also a quick little education on real estate, because if you're selling or not selling, it's probably a pretty good idea just to have your thumb on the pulse of what's going on here in town. So every morning, like I said, on Mondays, I'll be out here with my coffee, or in this case, tea, as I'm getting over a little cold or flu or whatever it is that my kids have given me last week. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I think the majority of the country has had something in the past month, but I'm feeling better now, and here I am. So let me get into this. It's real simple how we structure it. Again, I want to start off with some announcements in town, things to do. I did take some notes, so you're going to see me referring to them here. I don't want to forget anything. This list, by the way, is not all inclusive. I'm going to need your help with that. I'm going to touch on a few things. If you know of some events in town, let me know. I'm happy to add it here. So let's start today, Monday, at the library, 6 p.m., story time with pajamas. Great for the kids, perfect timing for me actually. My little ones go to bed at 8, so if I make it to feed them at 5:30, make it to the library at 6, story time, pajamas, and bed. So might want to check that out. It's over at the library's website. Also at the library, Wednesdays, this is virtual, library chef. So it's a chef demo. I'm assuming he's at the library. I don't know, I've never done it before, but he's making butternut squash and apple soup. So go to the library's website again, sign up there, and I believe it's a Zoom link, and you can check it out that way. Other than that, it's a little bit of a slow week here in town. A lot of businesses are slowly starting to ramp up for the spring. Yes, the spring is coming. It'll be here sooner rather than later. At least I'm hoping so. We had that had a nice little, I'll call it a warm spell. I think it was a 40-degree day in the past few days here. I managed to get up to the park, air my lungs out of the flu and every other thing, like I said. But yeah, not a whole lot going on. So unless you know something, let me know. I do want to mention, though, upcoming casino night at Rock Ridge Lake. Thank you, by the way, to Amber. Amber, I believe she texted me or Facebook messaged me to let me know about this. That's the help I need from you guys. Is if you know something going on, I'm happy to mention it here. But that's upcoming February 28th from 6 to 10 at the Rock Ridge bar, which, by the way, is sort of right over there. Which, by the way, I just gave away what lake I'm on, but that's all right. And that's going to be to benefit the Denville baseball. They're trying to compete in Cooperstown, so they need some funding for that. It's a fun night. It's a cool spot at the clubhouse there. Welcome to all of Denville or the surrounding area. You don't have to be a member for this. It's got a nice sized clubhouse there, a bar. $75 is the donation. You get $100 in play, and I think you can cash that in for like tricky tray prizes and that type of thing. So, moving on to new businesses in town. Metro Elite contractor. It's been open a little while now. They're over on 1 Broadway, Suite 203. What these guys specialize in is roofing, siding, windows, and gutters. You can look them up on social media. They got a lot of videos, demo stuff out. I believe I'm going to have an interview with them in the next couple weeks, so watch for that. Another few exciting announcements around town. Councilwoman Zimmerman took office January 1, so we're excited to find out what she has in plan and in store for the town. I have an upcoming interview with her as well. You could find that in the next couple weeks or so. I got to see. I was just speaking with her the day before last, trying to get our schedules in line. But that's going to be over on the Instagram, Denville Edit. Make sure you follow them, by the way, guys. If you don't, that's where a lot of our interviews will be. There's a reason why 30-something thousand follow that page. Go ahead, if you have Instagram, click over there, follow them, watch for our interviews. If you have any questions you want to ask the upcoming councilwoman, chime in, text them to me. My number's in the preview there, or message me on here. Happy to put them in the interview questions for if there's anything particular you want to know. The other, I'm not gonna definitely commit to this because it's up to the printer, but I'm pretty confident that the Denville guide, the magazine, is going to be released this week. I'm waiting for the tracking number, but it looks like we're going to have our release of the next issue of the Denville Guide magazine. So that's really exciting for us. This is the first one that my partner and myself took over from the original Denville Guide. So look for that. ShopRite, Acme, a number of the businesses in town, and of course we'll fill you in on exactly when that's going to be released and where. All right, so shifting over to real estate. Stat of the week. All right, because this was a real good one, guys. I keep up with the Denville and Morris County markets. That's what I do. I own the real estate brokerage in town. If you don't know already, Walker's Realty. But listen to this. Current listings in town, Denville only. There are a total of 23 as of 9 o'clock this morning. 23 listings. That's it, guys. Isn't that crazy? Out of, don't quote me on this rough number, but we're talking about 6,700 homes in Denville. Only 23 are for sale right now. I'll get into why I think that is in a minute. As far as numbers wise, median price range, $675 in Denville, as well as days on market, 12. So what I'm seeing is if the homes are priced right, they're moving pretty quickly. If they're not priced right, buyers are a little finicky right now. Even with the low inventory, they're being careful. I mean, interest rates are still on the higher side. We'll get into more about interest rates next week. I'll give you my opinion on that. But buyers, in the end of the day, are spending a lot of money for a house, so they're being picky, and rightfully so. As far as why I think why this low inventory is, two reasons from what I've gathered from the meetings that I go on. The sellers that are selling only for a life-changing reason. In most cases, life-changing means death, divorce, loss of job, downsizing. A lot of downsizers now, because they need to. They don't need the 4-bedroom house anymore. The kids are grown, and you're kind of the empty nester folks are looking for a place to go. So that's what I'm seeing. Are the people that have to. The people that don't necessarily have to, for example, like move-up buyers, they're holding off for a little while. It's kind of like me. I'm in a house that I can fit in. Could I love it here. I love my house, so I'm not a very good example. But if I wanted to, do I have the means to upsize? Yes. But why would I want to leave my 3%, 2.5%, whatever I have, mortgage to go to a 6% mortgage and a higher price range? It just doesn't make sense for a lot of folks right now. So that's what I'm seeing. The other reason why inventory is low, and this is a big one if you are thinking about selling now, a lot of folks are waiting to the spring because there's, you talk to any realtor, they'll all tell you that spring's the hot time to sell. It's whenever when all the buyers are out looking. Well, what about the other side of that? How about if you put your house on the market now instead of waiting till spring? You're almost the only game in town. Like I said, 23 listings. That's it. So if you are considering it, reach out to me. Let me know, because the other side of it is if you wait till spring, what about if there's 75 listings? Now you're not the only game in town. So when they come through your house, they're looking at every ding and dent in the cabinet, or I don't like the color granite, or this bedroom's too small. You put it on now and you have a couple, kind of like how I was 10 years ago. I had just got engaged. We bought our house here in the middle of winter because we didn't care. We wanted to move in. We're excited to get married. and inventory was low, so we took the house that needed work, and we made it our own. So definitely something worth thinking about. Might not want to wait till spring, but we could talk more about that. That's just my my thoughts there. So other than that, that's about all I have for you here. Again, I want this to be a proactive thing. I need your thoughts here. Give me your comments in the comments section. Again, if you have any any thoughts of other events that are going around in town, just like my friend here over in Rock Ridge let me know about the baseball fundraiser. Let me know. Happy to put it on here for you. I hope all of you have a great week. Again, I'll be out here every Monday, rain or shine. If it really is pouring out, I might go and do it from my porch up there. But let's make it a good week, Denville. If you have a restaurant you haven't visited in a while, or a small business you haven't popped in on, go ahead and maybe stop in, have a bite to eat this week. Anyway, thanks again. I'm Chris Paricio with Walker's Realty and the Denville Guide. See you right back here next week. Take care.